this coat looks cute. It's a little bit small on me and a bit tight, but overall it really looks cute. The problem is in the inside. As you guys saw the jacket in the first clip, oh my god, the jacket is cute. She is cute, but she is a lot of damage. So I had a great idea to turn it into a crop jacket and a little leather mini skirt. So we're gonna be turning it into something cuter and just more sexier because summer is coming. If this is your first time seeing me, hi, welcome. My name is Ruvie, and on this channel we do sewing, DIY, and a little bit of lifestyle. If that's your thing, go ahead and subscribe and enjoy the show. So the cut is badly damaged in the lining on top, and there's also marks on the outside of the leather, but I think I'm gonna salvage that by doing it justice. So I'm gonna start by cutting off the cut. So I want it to be cropped. I'm gonna cut above the pockets of the coat. Now to finish off our jacket, we're just going to do a simple hem, fold over, and we're going to top stitch. So for the inside of the lining, it was also torn, so we're gonna fix that first before I go ahead and do my hemming. I realized that as I wanted to hem the bottom, the lining was like seeping through and I couldn't control it, so I'm going to cut a little bit off so that when I fold over, everything is within the fold. My hem is about an inch long, and then I'm going to secure this with pegs because I do not have the sewing ones, so this is the only thing that works with leather. After that, we're just going to do a straight top stitch. After hemming, this is how it's looking. I'm going to trim off the little pieces off, and then I didn't realize that the machine was scraping off the leather on the right side of the jacket, so we need to polish that later on. So this is the fabric that I've left from the coat that we're going to cut off our skirt off. I'm going to be using this lining as well, so I'm going ahead and cutting it off from the sides where it was attached to the leather piece. So the coat also had stains on the outside of the leather and some tears, so I'm going to try my best to pick a side that I can actually use. Wrapping around my waist is going to be 35 inches or 89.5 centimeters. I put that on the video. So I'm using a leather marker that I stole from my mom to mark down my measurements, and then I'm going to cut it out. Make sure that you find a leather marker, or you can scrape with your scissors or something sharp. Do not write with pen or any sewing chalks, please. The piece for the skirt. Now I'm also going to try and salvage a part to make the belt. So now I'm doing a fitting to see if the skirt actually wraps around quite nicely and where I need to cut off a piece so that I can hem the end. This is exactly how I want the skirt to turn out, so let's go ahead and continue making the skirt. So for the lining of the skirt, we're going to use the same lining from the coat, and I'm just going to trace out the skirt onto the lining and then cut that out. Now we're going to take the skirt part right side facing up, and then we're going to put the lining right side facing down so that the right sides are facing each other, and we're going to sew at the bottom of the skirt a straight stitch. Before putting the lining and the skirt together, I'm going to fix up the lining parts that we're tearing out. After sewing the linings together, this is how it's looking. So we're going to take some glue and then we're going to put it at the seam allowance that were left at the bottom of the skirts. And then we are going to fold the seam allowance onto the skirt, which is the leather part of the skirt. And then we are going to secure the hard folds with a little hammer to just make sure it stays down. And then this is how your lining should be looking after it's all glued together. My hands are full of glue. So I'm just going to pull the lining onto the top of the skirt so that it's nice and laid flat when I do a top stitch, securing the lining onto the top of the skirt. So my lining was not enough, so I'm just going to fold this piece inwards and glue it later so that it does not come out. So now I'm going to do a fold at one of the side of the skirts where it needed a hem. So I'm going to do that and top stitch it. After hemming the side, this is how it looks. So the other side I didn't cut off the original hem, so that's why I did only one side. I'm going ahead to trim off the excess lining and excess leather, and that's how it looks. Now moving on to our belts. So we're gonna get some glue and we're gonna put it all over the belt. You guys saw the measurements of the belt earlier, so I realized that I was about to make a big mess on these tiles and I was not about to clean it, so I went and got a piece of cardboard so that I would mess on that. This was super tedious, guys. I struggled so hard. The glue was just doing its own thing and the glue was not fresh. It was a bit tacky because it's been in the jar for some time now, but I managed. And then now we're going to fold over the ends into each other, and then we're going to add a little bit more glue on top of that after securing it, and then we're going to fold it in half, creating our belt. Now I'm trying to hammer down the leather piece so that it's straight and flattened, and then the OG of leatherwork came in and showed me how to do it better. So you're gonna have to roll something cylindrical onto the belt so that it's flat and there is no air bubbles in it. So I went ahead and also trimmed it. Gathering my pegs, we're gonna pin the belt. Right side that you want to be on the outside must touch the right side of the skirt, and then we're gonna pin that down and sew straight. After sewing, this is how it's looking like. So we're gonna fold it over and do a top stitch for our belt to look cuter and just neater. After doing my top stitch, this is how it's looking, and I went ahead and trimmed a bit of the excess fabric on the inside. Now we're gonna do the buckle. Initially I wanted a big buckle, but I didn't have one, so I'm gonna use this small one. So I took this little two thin straps that I'm going to sew on each side so that it's flat and cute, to just add more detail. And I got my hole puncher and punched a hole in the middle of the shorter one. This is where I'm going to secure the buckle. You guys can just watch as I'm doing it because I don't know how to explain this part. Now that the buckle part is ready, I'm going to attach it to the skirt. Just mark down where exactly you need to sew it down to make sure when you wear the skirt it's fitting and closing properly. I also ended up adding a little buckle at the end of the strap, but my phone died so I didn't get that part. So you can add a little buckle to secure the strap after you wear your skirt, and that's pretty much it.
Young girl, no one that back calling me splurge. Let me jump right out the curb. Bentley spread fly like a bird. Spin on the first and the third. Solid, I'm keeping my word. Can't be my equal, I don't know what you heard. Crank up the foreign, I swerve. Keep me a stick if they purge.
So that's how the pieces came out, you guys. Please do let me know down in the comments what you guys think. What are your thoughts? If you guys liked watching this video, I have a playlist on my channel that you guys can check out more of my upcycling projects as well. See you guys in my next video.
So with no hands you can learn. Let's see how much you can earn. Why me go big like the worm? And I ain't smoking no shirt.